Today's show is brought to you by DLO.com, Digital Lifestyle Outfitters. They have iPod solutions to help you enjoy your iPod experience. From car docks to nano gear to iPod shells, and of course, the always cool Home Dock Deluxe. Visit DLO.com. I'm at the Opera Gallery in New York City in Soho, and I'm with Lori Earley. And Lori, you have no paintings here. What happened?
They all sold.
Like that?
Yes.
That's fantastic. And
Yeah.
such a young artist. How did you have this kind of instant notoriety?
It all started with the cover of Juxtapose. I sent my work to Juxtapose magazine, and they loved it. They put me right on the cover, did an article on me, and that got me a lot of exposure, and things just took off from there. So.
How many years ago?
That was, I think, 2 years ago. So I'm really thankful to them.
That's
for
an
that.
extraordinary accomplishment.
Yeah.
That's the power of the media, though.
Yeah, definitely. It got my work out there.
And how long had you been slaving prior to that?
Not that long. I was just doing illustration before that to pay the bills. And what little time I had, I put towards my own personal paintings. And then I just got lucky. I sent my stuff to them the first shot. They put me on the cover. I think at the time it was my very first painting. Like all my other paintings, it's just kind of like a self-portrait. Every painting has some symbolism in it. The dragonfly is a symbol of something.
Dragonfly is symbolic of something?
Yes, but I don't want to say.
I know. I'm trying to coax it out of you.
I know. It's very personal, so.
She's blushing.
I'm blushing.
How did you come upon defining your own style?
It just developed naturally. Ever since as long as I can remember, maybe like I developed it when I was 14. Just started distorting things. I don't know why. Maybe it's kind of like a reflection of how I feel inside coming out visually. That's the only way I can really describe it. So.
And you also said you don't paint any men at this point in your career.
I knew you were going to ask me that. Yes, I don't paint men. I don't know why. I just love painting women. I think they're great subjects, and I'm a woman myself, so it's a form of expression, and it's like a self-portrait in every painting. So.
Tell me about this painting, The Parting.
The Parting was done at a point of my life where I was going through a major transition.
Was this piece particularly cathartic for you then?
Yes, definitely. They all are.
That helped you get to another point then?
Yeah. It's kind of like no matter what you're going through in your life, you can kind of like get it out of your head and put it onto the canvas, and that's it. It's like it's very therapeutic. It's like you're flushing your brain out, you know.
Now your subject matter for the portraits are friends and acquaintances, correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
And then there's exaggeration off of whatever features you want to exaggerate. Typically it's the eyes with your and the elongated faces and kind of a gothic. Is it safe to say a gothic treatment, or how would you describe?
Yeah, I don't like to categorize it, but
I know
a lot
gothic
of people.
has kind of a negative connotation for some, or maybe too underground. I don't know.
Well, I don't mind it being gothic. I mean, I love gothic stuff, but I don't like to categorize it. It's just, you know, however people interpret it, it's fine with me.
The notoriety with success and the ability to live independently now without having the day job, that must be nice.
That's great. I mean, I love it. So there's some days where you're lonely and you're like, oh my God, I wish I can go out and see daylight or people. But it's just great that I can make a living doing what I love to do. I never take it for granted. It's what I always want. It's my dream. I'm really lucky.
Now, you do it outside of New York. Was it a conscious decision to be in Red Bank? Is that where you hail?
No, I'm from New York originally, but I guess like certain life circumstances took me to New Jersey, and I grew to like it there, and you know, it's a really cute artsy town I live in, so I'll stay there for a few years, I guess.
What artist would best define you, your canvas musically?
The Cure. big Cure fan.
Another Gothic
Yes.
reference.
I guess, yeah, it is. I mean, it sounds corny, but their songs would be the soundtrack to my paintings, like the mood that it puts me in when I'm painting. It's very influential in my work.
Tell me about the Drought.
The Drought, it was done around the same period as The Parting, and again, I was going through that transition. The title gives you insight as to what the painting is about. That was a very personal piece, and that's one of my favorite pieces too. The Drought and the Wish, those would be my two favorites.
So they had to be very difficult to let go, to sell.
They were. The Drought, actually, I was working on it right up until I shipped it out, and then I never saw it again. So I didn't even get a chance to actually look at it when I was done and appreciate it.
But how do you feel about letting that work go to sell that work? I know a lot of artists don't like to sell their favorite pieces, and they just refuse, no matter the cost.
Yeah, it's very, very hard because you get very attached. At first, it was very difficult, and I couldn't get used to it. And here you are, you're painting something for a month, and you feel like it's your child, and then you just give it away, and it's very hard. But then you realize it's a business, and you get used to it. But it's still hard. It's very difficult. I don't own any original paintings.
Not one?
No.
Tell me about the process of painting. Are you rendering something with a very detailed sketch initially in pencil, and then you're applying the oil?
Yeah, I do. Not a detailed sketch. I just do a photo shoot, and then I do a drawing from the shoot. There's a quick sketch, transfer on the board, and then I do an underpainting. And then I paint in layers, which is why my paintings take so long. But that's how I can get the quality of the different colors and the depth.
When you're taking a straight photo, or is it a distorted photo?
It's just a regular photo, and I just distort it in my head when I draw it. And a lot of people think I use computers or Photoshop, but I know nothing about computers. I only know how to work my email and go on my website.
Tell me about The Wish with the Lamb.
That painting is my favorite painting. It took the most time of any of my paintings because there must have been about 3,000 dandelions that I painted. And I was just literally going insane towards the end of the painting. But that one is the most personal piece I've ever done. And that one gets the most reaction from everybody, I think, because I put so much of myself into that piece, and I had been wanting to paint it for so long, and I hadn't had the time. So when I finally got around to it, I just put everything I had into it.
Lori, thanks for being on The Culture Catch.
Thank
We look
you.
forward to seeing your show next April.
Okay, thank you.